Yeah, today is the winter solstice day, and according to the Chinese tradition, especially the northern China, people would eat dumpling. 600 grams of flour, 1 egg white. I put the egg white first, a pinch of salt, and I put the 300 milliliter of the cold water. Add the water gradually to make the dough. So the purpose to add this egg white and the salt, a bit salt, is to make this flour more strong, and we need to knead it, make it more elastic, so this wipe won't be broken when we put into this boiling water. And remember, when you make the dumpling, when you're not sure, how much filling and with how much this dough, you always make more dough, because if you cannot finish, if you leave unfinished dough, you can always make noodle, or a pancake, make pancake with it. So always make a bit more dough if you're not quite sure, the portion. You need the dough at least for about 12 to 15 minutes until it is very smooth. And then you can set there for 30 minutes before you use it. Dough for the dumpling should not be very soft, because especially we need to use the strong flour. The salt and egg white is also make it more strong and more elastic. And the water, the portion of the water is also very important. If it's too soft, it will be very easy to stick together, and the wipe will be broken, easy to be broken when you boil it. So this dough should be a little bit harder and strong. After 15 minutes of kneading, it's good now. When you push it, it comes back. It's more elastic. So I will cover it for 30 minutes, and at the same time, I will prepare the filling. Ingredient today is the fish. Here is the 600 grams of cod fish. It's skinless, boneless, and I'm going to cut it to very small pieces, mince it actually. Second ingredient is 2 small pieces. It's about 100 grams of the pork tenderloin. The reason I add this is the fish is, when you mix it, they may not hold tightly. So I add a bit meat. Very thin slice it first, and shredded them. I always put the meat or the fish in the freezer before I cut it. That will be very easier to cut into small pieces. Actually, you can substitute the pork with the chicken breast. 1 piece of chicken breast is also works very well with the fish. This fish is still half frozen. It's very easy to slice it and cut it. You always move your fingertips back. You use your knuckle against this knife, so you won't cut your fingertip. Now I'm going to put all the seasonings. You want the ginger flavor. bit of white pepper and a little bit of this Chinese 5 spice. 1 tablespoon of this Chinese rice cooking wine. 2 tablespoons of light colored soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of dark color soy sauce. And this oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. 1 teaspoon of salt. And this is the sesame oil. 4 tablespoons of this sesame oil. Mix them, just mix it in one direction until you feel, this resistance from this filling, so they hold tightly each other. Now it mixes very well. Remember, no matter what meat, you always season this meat first and mix them very well and let them set before you add any other vegetables inside, because if you add the vegetable too early, it will release the water, and then you won't be able to wipe it. Now we're going to deal with the vegetables. Today I'm going to use this garlic sprouts. You can find a substitute in the Oriental store, which is the Chinese garlic chive. This is Chinese people's winter delicacy. Here I cut it 200 grams of this garlic sprouts. Now I'm going to chop them into small pieces. This dough has been resting, I think, more than 30 minutes, which is even better. Look, now it's very smooth, very nice. I'm going to prepare the dumpling wipe, but this vegetable, I will not mix them until I'm going to wipe them. So let it sit just like that. Don't mix them. You need a board and also a small rolling pin to make the dumpling wipe, and also the dusting flour. You can use the same flour or whatever. I just have a little bit plain white flour left in my cupboard, so I'm going to use this as my dusting flour today. Okay, I'm going to cut maybe 1/4 of it first. I'm going to roll it into like a long tail shape. Well, you can make the wipe small, big. Wipe big, you will make a big dumpling. If it's very small, you will make a small mini dumpling. I will prefer make a medium size. You cut it as even as possible, so your dumpling would be the size would be the same size. The size is about 2.5 centimeter diameter. So I will put a bit of dusting flour to prevent them stick together. You press them. I hold it with my left hand, and right hand hold the pin, roll the pin, and I use my left hand, move this wipe and put a bit flour, prevent them stick on the bottom. So now I use like a roll about 10 times, and the center is a little bit thicker, the edge is thinner. 1, 2, 3. I move this wipe anti-clockwise. as this side I roll the pin, this side I move this dough anti-clockwise, like this, like this, like this. Of course, you can do it faster like this. Now I mix the vegetable with the fish. Group a lump like this, put in the center, in the middle, leave like a 1.5 centimeter the edge, and then fold it. I fold it in the middle first. You know, there are several ways to fold it, but this is what I have learned. You know, just do it like this. Leave a bit space in between. Otherwise, they are going to stick together. Seven to 8 centimeter for diameter. This is the perfect size. Well, at the beginning, if you cannot roll it like a perfect circle, it is fine. For example, like this shape, oval shape, or even square shape, as long as you can wipe the, you know, these fillings in, it is fine. If this wipe is about 7 to 8 centimeter, you know, the circle diameter, the size is medium size, not too big, not too small. To prevent them stick on the bottom, you need to put the paper towel on the bottom. I made about 85 dumplings. I'm going to boil mostly and fry a bit also. So these 2 stoves, I'm going to pan fry one, you know, this side, and then boil the other side. Dumpling itself is a complete dish. You have meat, fish, vegetables, and also the egg, the dough, you know, the flour, everything. So most Chinese, especially northern people, eat it as main dish. Well, of course, if you eat it as side dish, you don't need to make so much. Fire, not too strong, medium-low fire. You just put them together. It's okay. Don't worry about them stick together because they will easily separate. Medium to low fire. And cover for about 2 minutes. Okay. This side. When you boil the dumpling, you need a big pot and plenty of water. Put the dumpling in when the water is fully boiled. Stir a bit. Don't let them stick together. I think it's enough, not too much. Stir a bit. Don't let them stick together. At this side, I will add about 80 milliliter of water, cold water, and cover for about 8 minutes, medium to low fire. So this side bring back to boil. I will add about 100 milliliter cold water in and then let them reboil. I add another 100 milliliter of the cold water in and let them reboil. This one reboiled again. I add the last time the cold water. Last time another 100 milliliter. Last time, okay? You know, together the boil is about like 10 minutes. They are all plumpy. If you touch it, you can feel, you know, the air inside, which means the inside is also boiled. Turn off fire. I can hear the sound. The bottom is dry. I want the bottom is golden brown color, but don't open the lid. Don't let the steam out. Oh, perfect.